So, had to do that fight. Oh, hell no, hold on. Damn earbuds are on. They're supposed to be charging. Come on, damn it. This doesn't want to... Yeah, they're off. Okay. Oh. I'm sure you guys have figured it out, but the Blacklight District ain't exactly the kind of place you visit for fun. Aaron's another story, but the rest of you make easy pickings for scumbags and lowlives hacking it down here. You don't come down here by yourselves, understood?
I get what you mean. Things can get really dicey if you get surrounded. But if you bring a buddy along, I bet it'll make for a fun fight. Well, ideally, you won't be fighting in a city at all. Still, I didn't realize there were so many people like that down here.
Pretty spooky when you think about it. This world here is a lot closer to yours than you might be comfortable with.
It is, but honestly, I'm just more surprised that this all existed right under my nose. At least it's surprising to see to someone as well-to-do as me. Perhaps I'm just not very aware of my surroundings. You'd think this would be something of a problem, but it's like everyone just turns a blind eye to it.
I hear ya. Blacklight's the lawless place, but they have their own rules instead. The big one being you don't drag innocent civilians into your own messes down here. Most tend to follow that, so they'll leave you alone. Key word being most. Some of them step out of line like what we just saw. Reminds me of Hayue's own code.
Do you visit here often, Mr. Arkwright? You seem to be rather well informed about this area.
I check in from time to time. There's intel down here that you can't find anywhere else. As you guys might have noticed by now, it's a good place to sharpen your street smarts.
I totally get what you mean. That's gotta be like the best part of this whole trip.
Man, you're born and bred, ain't ya? My man, you came at the perfect time. Come on, step inside and have some fun. Bring your lady friends too. You're gonna love the girls we have here. Plenty to choose from. Oh boy. I've seen that guy around here from time to time. Never knew he was a barker till now. The joint makes sense. The cops don't come down here. If you want to do the dirty on the down low, well, this is where you go.
Well, seriously?
Wow, there sure are a lot of bars in this place.
They are likely the only sources of refuge for the people here.
Indeed. Hey, gorgeous. Why don't you stop and chat? All my stuff is to die for.
Okay.
See you later, handsome.
What is wrong with me? I shouldn't have had a reaction to that. Is it because of Erica Mendez? I don't know.
The Coliseum is very buzzing today. Must be something big going on up there. I'd say there's a good reason to let loose and party hard, though. Don't you? I've just got the right drinks to make that happen. In fact, here's a secret. It really... They sure don't have places like this on the surface.
You had my attention when you mentioned the Coliseum, but maybe that can wait. That's what no laws and regulations do to a place. Just don't let them sucker you in and you'll regret it. You know, maybe it's good that all Trail's dialogue isn't voiced for both the people and the actors.
Ah, cool! There's a match going on right now!
Is some kind of arena? Nice.
Yeah, this here's where they hold fighting tournaments. You go in and beat the shit out of each other. Makes for a gambling hotbed, as you can imagine. Oh, color me intrigued.
That's awesome. Sounds like an amazing place to train.
Yeah, no, literally anything goes in there. Roids, mods, explosives, you name it. It ain't the place to train. It's straight up blood sport in there. The organizers will even come up with bullshit reasons to make you fight monsters and archaisms. Even if you survive all the shit they throw at you, it ain't really worth it. Just steer clear of it.
That's fair. Sounds like you really had to be on your toes in there.
Pretty decent prize money if you win, though. I'll give him that much credit. It's one way to make ends meet down there. Here.
Mr. Arkwright, you're not speaking from experience, are you?
Nah, that shit ain't my scene. Well, not anymore, I mean.
Look, they were hard times, okay? That bastard paid for a new truck, but he didn't pay for all the mods.
Whatever you say, Chief. Next time you decide to enter, you better let me know.
Oh, hell no. I ain't setting foot in that cesspit again.
Yeah, but there's a trophy for this. So how do I enter? Don't tell me this guy's name was Joe Browning.
That's the spirit, Joe. Can't wait to see you kick ass.
I don't know why I'm giving him that voice.
Kill that stupid bastard, you hear me?
This guy's name is Joe Browning. What?
I don't even.
This is getting hot.
That'll show him.
Man, this place really is hell.
Kick his ass.
Is that guy dead? Oh my god, that guy's dead. Holy shit. Oh, no, he blinked. I thought he was dead. Holy shit.
Wanna get a drink together?
Ooh,
So what
you
you
look
got, miss?
dangerous.
You had my attention.
I'd better see you again.
Well, if it isn't Edith's one and only Spriggan, what brings you here, darling? Got time to stay and play? Your lady friends are more than welcome to join you if they're up for it. We've got girls that know how to keep a woman company, too. You'll be I
don't want to say it.
I don't get it. What kind of place is this? It feels alluring. I feel drawn to it, but I don't really know why. I never felt like this before.
Yeah, hard no. Letting you two waltz in there is just asking for trouble. And you! Don't even think about sneaking inside while I'm not looking, punk! I'm an adult. What do you care that how I spend my free time? Sometimes a guy just needs to let it hang, you know? I care because you'll get hooked on that shit in 2 seconds. Can't trust your horny ass to stay out of trouble. Oh my god. Oh.
Very well.
The what? I'm telling you, I never expected to play Trails and end up saying a line like a... There's no telling what your horny ass will do. This is something I would have expected to say in Yakuza, not Trails. Now we have something of a reputation for sucking our... Okay. Man, no. How the hell is this not an M-rated one? How is this one still rated T for teen? I don't get how this is still rated T for teen. How did any dialogue... Wait, Hermes?
Let's talk if you've got a minute.
Gotta say, I didn't expect to find you here. How long you been down here?
Oh, not too long. I'm just here for work. I'm guessing you and the rest of your office are taking a breather? Whatever you're up to, be careful. This place is no shortage of unique characters to look out for. You can say that again.
You know, you're giving him too much credit. Characters almost make him sound reasonable.
Well, when you have all these different factions here, I find it best to stay neutral and avoid ruffling any feathers. I don't shy away from anyone. You need something hauled, I'm your mule, for the right price and right conditions.
And here I thought she'd gone batshit and setting up shop down here. Guess it's not that surprising. She might not technically be part of the underworld, but she's got one foot in the door for sure.
Just for reference, there's no alcohol in this. I can't go ferrying around all these orders all drunk and dizzy now, can I? Once I'm done with this, it's straight off to the next job. No rest for us wary freelancers.
Ain't that the truth? Wait, no booze or booze?
How in the hell is she able to down that with her helmet still on? You know, that's a really good question. Hey, you're the curry hair lady.
You know what? I messed it up, but it still works.
Are you gonna tell me more stories about the outside, please?
Of course. What are you curious about today, kiddo?
Oh, I wanna know where mommy came from, and can you give me a hug?
Just an irresistible little munchkin, aren't you? Alright, come here. I'm all yours. Even Hermes is no match for the power of cuteness.
Yoda, how are you always so cute? You're always such a sweet, considerate little angel.
The hell are you looking at?
Can't you give a gal some privacy? You're killing the goddamn vibe. Sorry, we'll be out of your way. She was in a completely different world there.
Yeah, talk about zoning out. She sure as hell doesn't look all barked, though.
I kind of feel like she used to be a Jaeger. Maybe she's retired. Either way, she really loves her son. Just so we're absolutely clear, if you do anything to my Yota, and I mean anything,
didn't we already read this?
I love the curry hair lady. Sometimes she comes to visit me. I wish she would come every day.
So then, oh, only one per.
Wait, did all the shops down here maybe reset?
Or is it just this lady?
Are they all reset? Oh, I remember all of you guys. Interesting. You make for one strange group when you all come here together. But hey, what isn't weird when you live in the Black Light District? Common sense is for the surface dwellers. Just be careful down here, folks. These parts can leap out and bite you if you don't keep an eye out.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that beauty's blade working with Heue and Ouroboros? And those weren't the only intriguing faces present either. I shouldn't think about what's to happen if all of them are putting their heads together.
Guess I'll check out the arena.
Guess you will do nothing.
You know, I had some funky hookahs coming through. We already know that.
Alright. Oh, wait, nope.
She must be talking about those horrible hookahs. Good to hear the police got rid of them here, too.
Generally, the longer a shop's been around, the better the vendors know what to sell and not to sell. This lady here's a bit of an outlier, but still, it ain't that scary. Shopping out here. Just remember where all those lines are and make sure you don't cross them.
Right.
Alright, get me out of here. I hate this place.
I've seen you before.
Even that whole encounter with Zin, Walter, and Zhao was like, bro, that was the worst 20, 30 minutes of the whole game. And I hate deserts. I'd rather go walk around the desert than deal with that again. Oh, you know what I just realized? We haven't checked any bulletin boards. Don't sweat that. As a rule, I don't take 4 SPGs from anybody down here.
Why not? There are a lot of people here who could use some help, aren't there?
For real. Nobody here's exactly innocent, so I can't imagine any of them being able to go to the cops or bracers. That's the problem. There are some rare exceptions, but almost everyone down here has a checkered past. Ultimately, I can't trust them not to abuse the system. Worst case scenario, I get farmed out as a grunt for some real sketchy shit. Not worth it.
That does make sense, given Spriggan's reputation for assisting in legally gray matters. I can see how a bad faith actor might exploit them for their own gain, and how society at large would offer little to defend them.
To be clear, I already make a point of filtering out those garbage posts to start with. More than anything else, it'd just be a giant time to sink trying to vet requests from these parts. That's the biggest reason I don't bother. As much as some folks might think otherwise, I don't deal with criminals. I deal with people who have complicated problems. When somebody has a problem they can't rely on the law or the guild to solve, they come to me. That's all there is to it.
That's fan for you.
What can I say? It's worked for me so far. Must be doing something right. End of the day, if someone here really wants my services, they're not completely out of luck. They've still got two options. They can post a 4 SPG in another part of town, or they can come talk to me. Same as anybody else, really. Doesn't mean I'll agree to help, but I'll hear him out at least.
That's our boss, always trying to keep the door open.
Get me out. I need the sunlight. After leaving the district, they made their way to the surface, following a different route. Damn, it's already this late? We were down there a while.
It connects to the Riverside district too. Feels like waking up from a dream.
Guess was all a bit too much for a kid. Speaking of kids, seems like that boy we ran to is the son of a Jaeger.
I really liked it down there. Shady criminals excluded. It was like a conflict could break out at any second. A perfect place for training.
Not this again.
At least it hadn't fully descended into anarchy, even if the rules were somewhat lax. It seemed like a good place to procure goods and materials you can't get on the surface.
Yeah, I don't want anyone getting hooked on the place, but use it when you need to. Just follow the rules. That goes for you in particular, Aaron.
You okay, Agnes? You're awfully quiet. No, I'm perfectly fine. It was just a lot to take in. I'm feeling a bit of culture shock, I suppose. I can hardly blame you. I'm sorry. I was probably making you feel even worse with how carried away I was getting. Oh, you don't need to feel responsible. It's just, to be honest, I've got something else on my mind too.
It does kind of feel like something's been eating at you lately. Worried about things at school?
Yes, actually. There's a major opportunity coming up that I was considering opting into, but I think I've decided against it. There's nothing more it can teach me that I haven't already learned, after all. Oh?
Our information did not lead us astray, I see.
Oh no. Man, I don't know. Come on,
It's good to see you all, my friends.
I really think Prince Sharid's a boring character.
That it is.
Your Highness! Najee!
Damn, talk about showing up unexpected. Ugh. So this is what the chief was talking about.
Correct. His Highness and I have something to discuss with you. Please, climb in.
Where are we going?
It's so spacious in here.
This here's an E2 stretch limo, right? Hell of a luxury. Ride smooth as a baby's ass, too. Still room to move up in the world, huh? The suspension systems in a luxury vehicle like this versus my pickup are built for totally different things. Speaking of, I take you like the part I sent you. I got it on a special order to ensure it didn't clash with the aesthetic of your truck. Oh, like undersells it. It's a thing of beauty. Even if that ulterior motive behind sending it wasn't just in my head.
Still, I'm glad you're both looking well.
Thank you. My apologies again for all the trouble we caused you. We weren't expecting to see you all again so soon, either. But we are already here for a visit with the President, so the timing happened to line up.
What? Oh, that Gramhart guy!
Didn't see anything about a meeting on the news. You needn't concern yourself with the details that are on a need-to-know basis. Well, we are living in crazy times. No doubt there's plenty for our leaders to be talking about. Much as it bugs me that you've clearly got something besides that you want to dump on us.
Oh? I think I see what's going on.
I'm sure you do. We invited you here in the hopes of hiring you. This is a joint request from Elsheim and the CID.
That's quite the pair.
I'm committing to nothing, but keep going.
The short of it is, we'd like you to go on another trip for us, to the home of the Verne Company, the city of Basel in the southwest.
That's Calvard's biggest organ manufacturer, isn't it?
This sounds like a big one.
If you could take a look at the screen.
Basel is an industrial city that is home to both the Verne Group's HQ and the Basel Institute of Science. Its artisanal district dates back to the Middle Ages, and it is surrounded by an abundance of nature. Our problem is that as of late, the city's orbital network has become unstable. In addition, suspicious individuals have been sighted leaving and entering the city.
Don't tell me it's...
I know what you're thinking, but we can't assume that until we have all the facts, of which we have very little. Under normal circumstances, we would be well informed of the situation, as our country has deep ties with the Institute. Unfortunately, its director, who also happens to be Verne's CEO, has been notably unforthcoming as of late.
That's strange. Isn't your country one of Verne's largest shareholders?
Yes, it is. We are not their principal shareholder, but we still wield considerable influence over the company. Yet, in spite of that fact, the CEO has been empathetically vague in response to our questions. We suspect he is merely buying time. For what, though, I do not know. But his sudden shift in behavior indicates he's hiding something. Hence my request to you.
Huh. You're not giving me much to work with here. And if you're looking for technical experts, you've come to the wrong place.
Oh, I beg to differ. After all, you have one of Marduk's very own concierges in your employ. Also, a little birdie told me you're testing some revolutionary new tech at present.
Oh, you mean that SEMO thingy? It's still undergoing testing, but we have planned to reveal it to the public eventually.
Good to hear. I'll most certainly be looking forward to it. Anyhow, if we took our request to the Guild, it'd land at the bottom of their list of priorities, given that no civilian casualties have occurred. Also, much like the police, they're as wary as a fox with these sorts of mysteries.
Right. And if we're on the job, we can deal with any problems that you'd rather keep away from the public eye. The conditions are fair, but you better be willing to pay top mirror for our services, or you can count us out.
Oh, you needn't worry there. If anything, that makes you more trustworthy in my book.
Is that a fact?
Well, I think we should definitely consider taking this on, especially if Almada is involved. If possible, I'd like to ask one thing before we agree to take this on. What's the Cid's connection to this case? You haven't been upfront about that.
Oh? Ever the sharp one. Verne and the Institute are currently part of two national projects. One of them is for making the Zypha standard available to the general public, both at home and abroad. The technology is a national secret, so our involvement should be no surprise.
Makes sense. Gotta stay on top of any leaks and scandals so they don't slip through the cracks. What about the other... damn it. What about that other project?
Classified.
Ah, come on. Boo.
Even I don't know the specifics there, so I'm in the same boat as you all. I did try pressing the president for details, but he simply wouldn't budge.
Apologies, but that's all the more reason why I cannot divulge any information about the project. The point is, there are many reasons for our involvement. This all sounds fishy as hell, but whatever. Get on with it.
As you wish. The issue of the Zyphus standard funding source also needs to be addressed.
And I will delegate that task to your group's chief and concierge.
Huh? What do you mean?
Since when did you become my new boss? Fine, I'll explain. Zypha being Verne's 6th generation combat organ is common knowledge at this point. But there's a little known fact about the project's humble beginning, and how it got its massive capital injection from an interested party. And that party just so happens to be
the Valis Investment Bank, which, as it so happens, is also the largest shareholder of Marduk, my employer.
I see. Sure feels like I'm hearing the name Valis a lot lately.
Valis? Oh, as in the city-state?
Correct. It's a giant port city in the Central East. It may not have much land, but through trade in the South Sea, its people amassed a great fortune, which they are investing all over the continent. They're both our allies and our competitors. The Valis Investment Bank is owned by them.
So you're trying to drag our asses into a Central Eastern turf war, all so we can be your eyes and ears. Well, I guess they could be sending in their own spies, especially with this state-level secrets up for grab.
In short, you want us to investigate a highly complex situation from a neutral standpoint and get to the bottom of what's happening there. Does that about sum it up?
I'll give you 85 for that answer. In the event that Valis attempts to interfere, we would also like you to act as a mediator. You've got this all mapped out.
Mediation is not one of our specialties, unfortunately, so I'm not certain if we are your best option for that.
On the contrary, I think you are all our safest bet on that front. Should you take on our quest, you will stay in Basel for 3 days. I'm sure there will be other 4 SPGs you can juggle at the same time. We can't expect you to leave at once, but it would be best if you departed within the next few days. Oh god.
Wait,
Alright, we'll give it some thought when we get back. Can't make any promises.
I understand. We won't be out of options if you refuse. The Cid never puts its eggs in one basket.
Regardless, everything we've told you is strictly confidential. Though I think a rather unexpected issue might work in our favor here. Hmm? After that, Prince Sharid and Kincaid saw them back to their office. Once they arrived, they enjoyed dinner in Montmar before gathering to discuss the Crown Prince's request. Eh. Take it you ain't heard a thing about all this from your own company.
I am naturally aware of the plan to make the Zypher standard available to the masses, but not about problems in Basel. If A really is involved, I would have expected to have already been informed.
Gotcha. Does sound like something that'd take us 3 days out of the way. But if we're looking into things at Vern and the Institute, we're gonna need to work mostly weekdays.
But that would mean Agnes. Actually, the timing here is rather perfect. You see... Wow, high school sounds really fun!
Trust a big school in the capital to bust out the fancy trips. Aramis is all about students thinking for themselves, so something like this makes sense. Bet you'll have your reports to write a few days about too.
Yes, actually. Some of my friends who came here the other day are considering Basel too. I was interested in going myself, but I wasn't sure whether or not that was the best decision. But you would be leaving next Thursday for 3 days, so the timing matches up splendidly. It's almost as if Arusha wants this to happen. Oh, not that I think my personal circumstances should push us into taking this on, of course.
Of course. But that goes both ways. You're a student first, so don't go forcing your decision to line up with our job. Even if we do end up in the same general place, your studies might mean we won't even see each other.
Well, I suppose that's true, but that still kind of hurts.
Huh? That's rich coming from the guy who always decides where to go based on who will shove dessert down his throat.
Speaking of which, what are we going to find in Basel on that front?
Excellent question. A baked tart called an I don't know how to say it, is probably the most famous. It's made of walnuts and honey nougat. And has a simple but mellow taste that's just...
I suppose Van's right. I need to make up my own mind about what to do. Otherwise, my great-grandfather would never... Or Dad, for that matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you concern. Not at all. I don't think anyone can blame you for feeling conflicted here. But should we end up going to the same place, rest assured that I will do all I can to support you. She's way too perceptive. Thank you, but why? Oh!
No way. Well, to Basel. Oh shit.